On the doubleheader of the Willie Bobo Show, we're putting together a major spotlight on a significant historical achievement and a young legend in the making. So let's talk about this photograph right here, which perfectly captures an elite fraternity of NBA power. We're talking about players who have accomplished the rare feat of winning the NBA's Defensive Player of the Year award while averaging over 25 points a game in a single season. This isn't just a regular double threat. This is a level of dominance at both ends of the floor that is exceptional. It's scarce in this league's history. And we have to give immense respect and props to the latest players to join this company. First, we have to take a look at the man at the top of that photo, which is Michael Jeffrey. Of MJ from the 80s, the tongue out, the Red Bulls jersey. You can't talk about defense and offensive synergy without mentioning him. We talk about reverence. That man defined it. MJ didn't just play lockdown defense, he owned it while scoring on a level the league had never seen before. In his Defensive Player of the Year winning season, he was averaging 35 points a game. That number is mind boggling. When you win the scoring title and the Defensive Player of the Year award in the same season, you aren't just dominant. You're the undisputed center of the basketball universe. This picture reminds us that Michael Jordan's standard is the blueprint of two-way greatness. Look at the dream and the freak. You move your eyes down that photo, you have Hakeem Olajuwon and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Talk about respective forces in different areas. Look at Hakeem in that classic Houston uniform. The dream shake on offense. The defensive anchor of the Rockets' back-to-back championship runs while Jordan was retired. Hakeem is the ultimate rim protector, in my opinion. When he was blocking 4 shots a game and averaging 27 points, he was terrifying opponents. His Defensive Player of the Year win was a testament to his intelligence and his unique ability as a center. We show massive, massive respect for how the Dream defended that position in the paint. Then, Giannis. Look at that intensity in that Milwaukee jersey. His presence on this graphic is critical because Giannis is the modern evolution of Hakeem and Jordan lineage. A defensive savant who can guard 1 through 5 just about, and a relentless defensive offensive force who can drop 29, 30, eyes closed. The reason why Giannis is on this list isn't just athleticism, it's commitment. He wants to dominate at both ends. And when we speak his name on this show, I speak it with a profound respect for his work ethic and his consistent excellence, and not trying to be everybody's friend. Victor Wembanyama, even though he got hurt last night, he's in concussion protocol, unprecedented ascent. Finally, we get to the man we must congratulate. The player at the bottom of the photo, Victor Wembanyama. We're looking at something completely unprecedented. This graphic is celebrating that Victor has officially joined that NBA list. LeBron's not on that list. He's the youngest player in NBA history to achieve this milestone. And look at the way he's doing it. He's, as a rookie, 20 years old, Mike, Hakeem, Giannis were multi-year veterans when they had these kinds of dominant seasons. Victor's performing like an MVP caliber veteran right out of the gate. Now let's remind you, he's still a kid. So when we congratulate Victor, we aren't just saying, good job. Not at all. We're acknowledging a monumental shift. He's a 7'4", athletic anomaly who's blocking 3 to 4 shots a night while being his team's main offensive option and scoring 21 points a game, trending toward that 25-plus number as the graphic highlights. To be in that company with that speed, that size, that intelligence, that's worthy of the highest level of sports veneration. He was a historic figure, and he's earned his place on that graphic. Take a look at this photograph. See that man? Kool Moe Dee said one of the most incredible things I ever heard in hip hop. He's got that undeniable 80s, 90s intensity. The leather jacket, the dark sunglasses, and look at the text superimposed on this reality. I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man. That's not just a message about giving it up. It's a profound declaration of personal sovereignty. This man is speaking from a place of earned, fortified strength. When you talk about the history of black people who survived the very direct, state-sanctioned terrorism of the Klan, you're talking about a kind of psychological armor that most people can't even begin to imagine wearing. A run isn't just a choice. It was a necessary survival strategy that required every ounce of your being. And that's what makes the second half of that sentence so heavy. He's asking for a standard of safety and respect within his own community. That's fucking crazy. That should be a given, like an understood one in a fraction, especially given what has been endured externally. The image isn't an ideological jab, as we said in our Christianity segment. It's a direct, unfiltered glimpse into the personal cost of history. It's a reminder that courage is inherited and that the expectation of safety shouldn't be too much to ask for, no matter the source, even in our own community. Now, let's be precise about what we're looking at. We aren't verifying every single integer in this graphic today. That's not our job in this 15-minute window that I have for this. Our job is to analyze the argument the graphic is making, and the argument is a sweeping indictment of a specific demographic, linking historical and commentary atrocities, from genocides to drug epidemics to colonialism to whites with shocking precision. What is this image measuring? It's not just measuring violence. It's measuring how a specific demographic accesses political, technological, and global military power, which has allowed them to protect their will and their violence across entire continents. Because over the centuries, this map is trying to illustrate what we talk about when it comes to violence against humanity. And footprint of one of the groups is just not a footnote, it's the headline. It's the visualization that demands we confront the structural and historical nature of harm. This is where we connect the dots. These two images, at first glance, are pointing in different directions, but they're actually telling different chapters of the same story. The first image shows us the internal, personal reality of navigating a world that's been defined by the very global violence tracked in the second image. The strength required to not run from the Klan isn't just a personality trait. It's a strength that had to be built because the system visualized in that second map made the threat of that specific violence inevitable and persistent for centuries. These aren't separate issues. The historical context of colonial rule, slavery, and the state interventions on that map is precise architecture that creates a society where a group is targeted for terror by the Klan. So when we look at that graphic of the man with the powerful words, I never ever ran from the Ku Klux Klan, and I shouldn't have to run from a black man. Self-destruction. Self-destruction. We're not looking at just one person's take. We're looking at a historical, localized response to a global force. The images I just showed you, I want them to force you to stand up and be tough, have those uncomfortable conversations that get to the root cause of our problems. Our personal safety and our global understanding cannot be separated from the architecture of power. Ox the Life, the Willie Bobo Show. Peace.